everybody. I am going live for the first time on YouTube. Thanks to my girl, Swarthy Daisy. She is encouraging me to make sure I go live. So I've got all my ingredients over here. Got my water, especially because as you cook, usually I would have some wine, but I'm doing a 10-day detox along with my coaching clients. So wine is off limits during these 10 days. Yes, it is Friday night, date night for me. Husband's over there catching up on some network stuff and internet stuff. And I've got my mushrooms here. I've got my ingredients. As you see from the title, I am cooking a vegan, creamy mushroom stroganoff. Haven't had it before, haven't done it, but why not try it tonight? I've got a bunch of mushrooms left over. I've already cooked some pulled pork with these mushrooms here. Put that down. I've been eating on, let me just show you guys this. I've been eating, can you see that? That is homemade coleslaw. It is delicious. I do not eat coleslaw out normally by anyone else unless I know the person that is cooking it for personal reasons. So I like to make coleslaw. It is really good. It smells great. Simple ingredients. I'm going to one day cook this on there. This was super quick, super easy. And like I said, you put this on top of, I don't know if you've seen my Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, check out my Instagram because I cooked this and put it over some oyster mushrooms that I fried up like chicken. I had long strips of oyster mushrooms, put them inside of a burrito, topped them with some of this, and it was great. My husband doesn't like coleslaw, but he loved it. He was like, oh my goodness. Let me see if I can see the chat while I'm doing this. Let's check it out. I think I clicked the wrong button. There we go. So I can see the chat while I'm doing this. But what do I have here? I have some king mushrooms. If you also follow me on Instagram, you will see that I have tried my hand at growing oyster mushrooms. It wasn't hard. So if you want to try it, I tell you try it. I am all about trying new things. And I have not tried to grow these. I just went on and bought them. They were $4.99 from my market. Wiped them off. You don't run them over water because mushrooms hold a lot of moisture anyway. So I personally don't do that. I've got my little, I'm not going to cook on my stove back there because I can't take my computer over there to check all that. So I have a stove here that I have purchased, a little mini stove, because prior to COVID, I was volunteering at like senior homes, nursing homes, and I would do cooking shows for them, teaching them how to cook healthy, how to cook different things that they like in a healthier manner and plant-based. So that's how I came about having this portable stove. So I'm excited to use this for the first time at home. Let's get to it. So some of the ingredients are simple things that you will probably already have at home. I'll make sure I type the ingredients inside of the caption, but we'll get started. You can use whatever mushrooms you would like. I already had these here. I went to the grocery store last week and this is what we just grabbed, some king mushrooms, because I wanted to try my hand at some pulled pork. I do not normally eat pulled pork. I've been vegan since '06. Took a break from being vegan, I think it was in 2019. And I started back eating fish. And then I said, I didn't feel too hot after years of not eating. I'm just cutting the tips off. On the tips, they're a little tougher. So I'm just cutting them off there. I'm going to use them. I'm not going to use them, but I am going to use them. While my water boils here, what I am going to do is just salt my water just a little bit. That's what I'm going to boil my pasta in. The type of pasta that I choose to use, I use all kinds of pastas. I'm not stuck on one brand. This is a chickpea pasta. So I don't really use the wheat pasta that much. I just don't like the texture of it when it cooks. I just have not been able to cook with it personally. And I clicked the wrong button. There we go. Hey, Swarthy Daisy. Hello. Hey, Daryl. Thank you guys for supporting my live. I appreciate it. I am definitely going to do this more often because I got to cook anyway. So why not film it? Yeah, you'll try it on. You don't eat pork. Yeah, pork. It's funny. When I eat pork in other countries, like we went to South Africa, I'm going to go ahead and cut these. And the way I'm going to cut these while I'm talking is I'm just going to cut them lengthwise. So when I ate pork in South Africa, I had no problems with it. I ate some warthog. We were out on safari. You don't have too many choices when you are with the people and you are having a good time out and about. I stayed with some friends in a little island called Isla Mujeres, and they had a nice, humble home. And you know what? I had to eat what they cooked, and they had. I can't tell you what it was, but oops, just lost a mushroom there. I can't tell you what it was, but I know it was probably pig intestines. I'm not even gonna lie, it probably was. I don't know, but I just didn't look too hard because it would have been rude of me to say no. So I did not say no, and I was fine. I just drank some tequila afterwards. But yeah, I've learned that trick. Anytime I go out of the country and I eat stuff, uh, I just drink the strongest alcohol that they have. Not a lot of it, but I drink the strongest alcohol that they have, and that I don't get sick because I've gotten sick before out of the country. That's what started me on my vegan journey. Was actually I got really really ill. I don't know what it was I ate. I think it was a salad that I ate when I was out of the country. It's the only thing that I ate that wasn't cooked. So wait, I started on this story talking about the pork, right? Because Daisy said about the pork. Yeah, when I eat pork, here the top of my head hurts. So I'm pretty sure that is. I'm just slicing these up. I'm pretty sure that's my pressure. So I don't eat pork, and plus it's hard for me to digest pork, so I leave the pork alone. But when I go out of other countries and I eat it, I've eaten kadu. Do you know what a kadu is? I did not know what a kadu was, but kadu was wasn't it like a deer, huh? Yeah, like a deer, but it's an antelope. Sorry, I think they call it an antelope. Oh, just lost another mushroom. These things are rolling out of here. Let me be careful. Mushrooms cost a lot of money, hence why I started growing my own mushrooms. And I'll tell you about that. That was pretty fun. I had a good time growing my own mushrooms. I bought a little kit off Amazon that they use in the classrooms. It was easy. I just had it under my kitchen counter because I wanted to make sure I didn't forget about it. Because if I put it down in my basement, I might have forgotten about it. So I just put it under my kitchen counter, spray it 2 times a day. I had mushrooms by day 7, but after I had them, I should have went on and peeled them off. I forgot, and I forgot to water them for a couple of days, and they dried out. Mushrooms, I have learned you have to make sure that they stay rolled on top of the stove, that they stay wet and moist at all times. So that's one thing I learned. I am going to try to grow them again because it was so easy. I just don't have a spot to do that in. And if you follow me on IG and Instagram and here, you've seen all the things that I'm growing. I grow foods year round, but I really want to start growing mushrooms. I'm sorry. So look at all these mushrooms that I have here. So let me put these in a container. Should have had that out. Let me do this. I'm just going to go here and grab a pan that I'm going to be cooking in. Why not? There we go. Perfect. Grab the pan that I'm going to be cooking in. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this on because I don't know how hot this will get. I don't know the strength of this particular stove thing. I'm going to pull it up so you guys can see, but I'm going to go ahead and get that hot, and let me grab some oil out of here. I'm going to use grapeseed oil. That's all I have right now. So I'm going to nice and politely put that in the pan there, and I will pour this up here so y'all can see it. But what I'm going to do is slide these over. That's what I'm going to do, is get something to put these mushrooms in. So I'm going to go ahead and plop these mushrooms inside of here. Now, what I choose to do with mushrooms and eggplant personally is I salt them and I set them to the side before I cook them. The reason I do that is because mushrooms carry a lot of moisture, and I don't like soggy food. Eggplant, I don't know, it carries a lot of moisture as well. So I am going to put some salt on there. That draws out the moisture. I do that in eggplant, and if I set it to the side for 10 minutes, Oh my goodness. There we go. Got that covered. Just gonna sit this in the refrigerator until I'm ready to use it again. Oh, let me show you guys this. I do want to show you this. I went grocery shopping, not really, but check this out. I am growing cauliflower, cabbage, kale. Got a little bit of kale there. My kale, I left that on there. But look at all of this. I pulled this all off of about 2 or 3 plants today. And it's going to all grow back. But I've been growing this since September. These are gorgeous. I grew these from seed. I got a little bit of arugula in here as well. I peeled all my arugula off Saturday. But look at all these collard greens, cauliflower leaves, and cabbage leaves. So this is just amazing. This is what you get. I call it turning your home into a supermarket. Why not? Why not? This is just tons of stuff. I didn't have to go to the store for this, and I've been growing this since September. So I've got it in the refrigerator, staying chill, because real and living food, when you cut it off the vine, it starts to sag and look really sad. So there we go. My stuff is getting warm there. The plate is getting hot. The stove works. I bought that off Amazon. So I'm going to put this back in here because I'm going to chop this up and freeze it. And the rest of it is going to be used for my smoothies. So I've got some garlic here. And what we want to do with an onion and a garlic, I'm going to chop these up, dice them. We got our mushrooms already done. Got some salt, pepper, basil. I'll let you guys know. So I am going to go ahead and pop this garlic off, about 3 or 4 cloves. There we go. If you notice, all night I've been dropping stuff, so I am not trying to drop my garlic and stuff on the ground. Even though it's my kitchen, I still don't want to drop it on the ground. So there we go. I love garlic. I don't know about you all, but if it tells me 3 or 4 cloves, I'm probably gonna do about 5. That's just me. I love garlic. I eat garlic raw. I don't know about you all, but I would eat it raw, especially around cold season when people catch colds. Working in the hospital, I just work closely with a lot of people, and I'm not talking about the patients. I'm talking about your coworkers. So for me, I think that it's important to stay healthy and prevent health. So as you're cooking meals, there we go. I am going to invest in a garlic presser. I keep telling myself that. Why won't I just go ahead and buy one? Okay, my husband's over there going, Yeah, your grandma used to eat it raw. I'm going to tell you. Chase it with some orange juice. It is not that bad, y'all. And if you have a fever, oh my goodness, this is not medical advice. So don't take this as medical advice at all. Disclaimer. But if you have a fever, my husband had a fever, I've had a fever, and child, I got a couple cloves of garlic with some orange juice, swallowed it down. I was sweating so bad, I woke up, I felt great. I felt great. And so I just eat it. But when I cook, I make sure all of my stuff has garlic in it. I always cook with garlic. Now, I had to prop this up so you guys can see it. So it's kind of an odd angle for me. So I'm going to be very careful cutting this. But basically, you just want to chop your garlic up, mince it as small as you can. It depends on what I'm cooking. When I'm cooking Asian food, this is so odd cutting up this high. This is just not ergonomically correct. Got to get a better setup. This is how you chop your fingers off. Whew. This is odd to be cutting like this. I'm not the best garlic cutter anyway. So I'm going to show y'all what I have for my onions. Look, I know I'm terrible at cutting stuff. So what I did with my onions was I just went on and bought an onion dicer. It's probably got a more appropriate name. But there we go. This is the oddest way to cut. Oh my goodness. Whew, I gotta find another setup. Swarthy Daisy. I'm gonna need your help on that one. What you say? You are a tech. You can't help me on that one. So I got this cut up as much as I want to have it cut up. Now I'm gonna get my onion. There we go. That sounds gross, but I know it's from the earth, so it's good. Oh, it is. It is good for you. I mean, it's better than getting sick, I would say. It is better than getting sick. And when everybody else is sick, if I do get sick, I don't stay sick. You know, I'm not sick that long. So I'll take my chances, eating some garlic and calling it a day. Chasing down some garlic. You just chew it a couple times in your mouth and just move it around just a little bit, and then you get it out. You swallow it, chew it, and then you swallow the orange juice right behind it. So that's what works for me when I do garlic raw. And I'm telling you, it's good. You won't taste it. Just chew it, swirl it around your mouth just a little bit, and call it a day. Okay, there we go. So we are using 1 yellow onion for this recipe. And I wonder how many of you already have this stuff in your house. So let me show you what I use. This right here. This is what I use. I love it. Put your onion right there. I'm going to show you what I do. Just sit it right on here. Told y'all this is a little high. Normally, I don't want it to fall. There we go. I'm going to do it over here. There we go. Okay. Perfect. So it dices it for you, so you do not have to do that. So I'm going, because I'm at an odd angle, this is not going to cut it, so I don't want to cut myself or drop everything. Yeah, let me get over here and do it. There we go. Got to put a little pressure to it, but look at that. This is so easy. And it just plops right down. There we go. That's much easier, and I'm not crying, right? If you guys cut onions, I'm always crying whenever I do it. Have everything running from my eyes, running from my nose. This way, this is so much easier. I don't have to risk chopping my fingers up. Put that over there. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to sit this. Got my, oh, there you see my water all boiling. Perfect. So got my oil here. Let's see if I can switch this out. For the next one, I just did this on a whim, you guys. So on the next one, I am definitely going to be prepared. I am going to be prepared. Let's see. It is boiling, boiling. I love it. I love it. Let's see if we can do this. I don't know. I don't want to tear up nothing. Might be a little high. Let's see. I think it's going to be too high. Let's see. We might be able to. Anybody got any suggestions? A little elbow grease, but perfectly diced. You know what, Erica? I may have gotten that from Marshall's, to be honest with you. I may have gotten it from Marshall's. So I can't even think. But I probably did get it from Marshall's, knowing me, because that's one of my spots. Marshall's is one of my spots. I am going to prop this up so you guys can see it. This little thing works. Oh my goodness. I am so happy that I got this little cooking thing. At first I wasn't going to get it. Oh no, I'm going to put it up so everybody can see it. Let's see. Because it's just a little too high with this box right here that I have. Let's see. Perfect. I'm trying to think. What do I have? Oh, I see what I got. I'm going to change this box is just a little too high. There we go. We're going to use this. There we go. Let's see. I'm going to put this garlic over here. Since I already diced this up, I'm going to drop this in here with the onions. There we go. Perfect. Great. Okay. There's my washcloth here. So I'm going to move this over. This is definitely, oh, it's boiling nice. I love it. This is one of the best. There we go. Perfect. So you guys can see that? Yes, you can. So this was one of the things that I did get. And I'm so happy that I got it because I can cook right here. So I'm going to go ahead, since it's boiling. While that's doing that, I am going to go ahead and drop in my onions and my garlic. This is one of the best little things that I have ever invested in. Because the only thing when we redid this house, I wish I would have done, well, there's a few things that I wish I would have done when we redid this house. So this house was a project. I wish we would have really kept track video-wise of what we did to this house. It was a lot. It was a lot of work. A lot of work. But it was well worth it. But I wish I would have put my cooking in the middle here. I did not. I wish I would have though. I'm going to go ahead and put my pasta. And again, this is chickpea pasta. So this recipe is going to be gluten-free. Can you believe that? So we cooked our pasta in our boiling water. We're going to do I use grapeseed oil, chopped onion, and just cook that for a little bit. Then I'm going to add the mushrooms in, and I'm going to cook those until they begin to shrink and brown. I'm not going to stir them a lot. One thing I know about mushrooms, you stir them too much, they start to get mushy. So I don't stir my mushrooms a lot. I love onions. My main onion is a red onion. I don't know about you all, but I love that sizzle. That's right. I tell you, this is one of the best little things I could have invested in. Oh my goodness, I'm so proud of myself. Sometimes you don't think you need things and you say, oh, I don't need that. And you may not need it, but down the road, I bought this cooking cuisine thing, and you know what I did with it? If you check my IG, check it out. I did like I was scratching. I put some headphones on and I acted like I was scratching with turntables. That's how excited I was to get it. That's too funny. But now I get to actually cook with it. So let's see what else we are going to do here. So once that's done, I'm going to grab those mushrooms out of there. Just a few more minutes. There we go. Just spread it out. I usually don't cook. I would cook in a bigger one, but these aisles on here are a little small. So can't do that. Let's see. It smells great in here. I don't know about y'all. When you cook onions, do you notice the smell that comes from your onions? I usually don't use a lot of oil when I cook onions, but because I have the garlic in there, garlic to me burns a lot faster. So that is the only reason I put a little more oil in with my garlic. So got that. And when I'm done cooking, I move stuff out of the way, because then I'm like, that's in my way. I don't remember if I got that or not, or if I used it. So I like to move stuff out of the way. I would love to have some kind of caddy when I cook to just dump my trash in as I cook. That would be very helpful. Very, very helpful. Okay. So my onions are cooking, getting translucent like I like them. Yes, and they are smelling great. So now what we're going to do is add those mushrooms in and the spices. And I'll tell you what those spices are, because those spices probably are spices that you already have. I got my little measuring cups here. Those are very helpful. I personally love to buy my spices in bulk. Can you see that there? I love to buy them in bulk because their price is better. I have some gluten-free powder here, flour here. And for me, bulk is just a lot easier. So let's get to going. Let me grab my mushrooms. Let me grab my shrooms. And some of that kale and stuff that I got out of my garden, how does it smell, Daryl? That's Swarty's question. As I dump these mushrooms in here. How does it smell? Tell the people how it smells. Oh, he's typing his response. That's right. There we go. So I'm going to just mix all this up just a little bit to kind of Move it around before the mushrooms really start cooking. Okay. Now it's time for the spices. And so what I'm going to do is just add these spices, and it's going to cook for about 7 to 10 minutes. So what do we have? You guys are going to be shocked at some of these spices. So a 4th teaspoon of salt. And I've already put some salt in here, so on the mushrooms. So there we go, a little bit of salt there. And then we're going to do 1/8 of pepper. Now I am a pepper queen. I probably put too much pepper and stuff, but I am a pepper queen. So I eyeball my pepper. So, you know, if you come to my house, you're probably gonna get a lot more pepper. I eyeball my pepper. Let's see. And it also calls for some rosemary. A little bit of rosemary. I have some out there in the garden, but sometimes I just don't use it that much. So I'm gonna, there we go, put a little rosemary in there. Once I use it, I'll move it to the side. And then a 1/2 teaspoon of dried basil. Here we go. Ooh, that smells delicious. Dried basil. What else are we calling? It calls for some coriander. A 1/4 of the coriander. So we have that here. So I'm going to pop this top off if I can get it off. Because it's just easier to just go straight into it. So I get a 1/4 of that in here. How many of you cook with coriander? I don't use it a whole bunch, but I noticed that some recipes I have call for it. So I like to make sure that I have it in the house. You can never go wrong with having too many spices in your house. I think you should. Salt, pepper, coriander, basil, got a garlic. Okay, now this is the amazing thing here. It calls for, I did that last. So let me start this, and I'm going to add a few more mushrooms in here. I'm just going to dump them all in there. They'll cook down. Ooh, it smells good. I love cooking with mushrooms. So I'm going to stir this all up. The onions, the garlic. I'm going to stir this so everything gets coated well. And then after that, I'm going to leave it alone and let it cook down. So this looks great, great, great. It's starting to, and these are just a few ingredients. So far, if you can count how many ingredients I have used, called you the smell-o-vision, Daryl, the smell-o-vision. So far, if you can count how many ingredients I have used, I'm going to spread this out and let these cook down for about 7 to 10 minutes. Ooh, this smells so good. I'm going to grab my tops. And I'm going to cover that and let that cook. Let's see. I'm going to let my pasta boil too. Grab a pot for that. Give that one more stir. It's already cooking up. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Okay. I like to keep it simple when I cook. I don't like a lot of ingredients. Let's see. Yes. It's funny how the sauce, the stuff that you put together, you would not think that those things go together. I mean, at least I wouldn't. So the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna let that cook for 7 to 10 minutes. Then I already did, it called for the garlic and everything to be stirred later, but I prefer to just cook my garlic with my onions. And then as it sweats down, gets translucent, then I go ahead and put everything in there. I don't do it later. I just like my garlic a certain way. Now, after that, we're gonna take our Dijon mustard and not drinking wine, but white wine. That is our next ingredient that goes in after that. We got a couple more things. I love how the parsley is for garnish. I just planted 2 curly parsley plants. I grew parsley last year, But it was really cool how I grew those last year, and I used every bit of it. I'm gonna also add in some cilantro. That is amazing to grow. I only grew one cilantro last year, and I wish I would have grown more. To be honest with you, I wish I would have grown more because we couldn't keep up with it. We were adding it to our smoothies. We were adding it to, I'll tell you this one story. I bought some cilantro from the store. That's the only green that we had. And my husband made the smoothies that morning. And he says, I was like, oh, I drank the smoothie. I was like, oh, this was a good smoothie. It had a little kick to it. It's one of those smells that no matter what's in it, you know that it smells like that. It has the taste of caramel. Yeah. Thank you. So it was so interesting because it had a kick to it. And I'm like, now I know we don't have any lettuce in the house. So where did this come from? What did he put in there? So I asked him, what was your secret? And he said, oh, I just used the lettuce that we had. See how that smoke? I'm behind the smoke. This is looking great. Let me just show you. Can you see it? Can you see that? Yes, that is looking good. Oh, I'm over here paying attention. The pasta got upset. I'm paying attention to the beef stroganoff. So let me take that off. There we go. Just make sure this is coming up good. This is doing great. Okay, not beef stroganoff. Sorry, this is vegan creamy mushroom stroganoff. Let me get that right. But those are 2 ingredients, and then we are going to add the white wine and the mustard. Oh, so I asked about the kick inside of this food, and I'm like, what is the kick in this smoothie? He's like, oh, it's the lettuce. I said, we don't have any lettuce. He was like, yes, we do. Pulled out the bag. It was cilantro. You guys, that was the best smoothie to date. It was about that much cilantro and some fruit. It was so good. Oh my goodness. I would have never thought that it would have been that good to have that much cilantro. It was really good. So after that, we started putting cilantro as the green base of our smoothie. So don't sleep on it. Try it. Mistakes sometimes are some of the best recipes. So a few more minutes, we're going to cook that down. It's doing great. It is doing excellent cooking down. And we just want it to brown. I'm going to take the top off of there and just let it do its thing. Let it do its thing. There we go. Yeah, it is doing good. I love it. Let's get it off the side just a little bit. It is doing really good. Perfect. So you can use any mushroom. Pasta is cooking down nicely. I'm going to check one just to see. I don't like al dente. Let's see. What is it? Perfect. This is bomb. Let me turn this off. I'm going to cook it a little longer. A little longer, just a little. But yeah, so the white wine and the mustard is going to go in next. Cook it saute for another 2 to 3 minutes. Then I'm going to slowly sprinkle in the flour, that gluten-free flour that we got right here. That goes in next, and that's going to be like a thickening agent. And then we can add a little water if it becomes too thick. And then spoon it over the pasta. Sprinkle it over with a little parsley. That's it. So I'm going to just grab a couple things to kind of plate it. So I'll get the bowl. This is going to be nice. This is going to be very nice. Oh my goodness. Got our bowls there. I just can't get enough of this homemade coleslaw. I love how the lemon juice and everything cooks this down and bakes it down. What is everyone else eating for dinner tonight? You ordered shrimp? Lola, I thought about ordering in. I was gonna order Thai. And I was like, man, I should order some Thai. But I decided not to and decided to cook this. I was like, use what's in your house. What did the main meal of the day? Yep, I was going to the Dasher too. What kind of shrimp? What kind of shrimp did you get? Was it fried shrimp, sauteed? What's your shrimp look like, Lola? Erica, what are you eating? We know what Daryl's eating. He's gonna eat this vegan creamy. He ate earlier too, though. I know. I love Thai. I got some Thai. Oh no, that won't go good with this. I'll mix up some stuff. It does not have to be the same. I'll mix up some stuff. This is really smells really good. This is a smell like I wouldn't have thought because I don't eat beef stroganoff. I think I've eaten it maybe once in my life, so I don't even know what it really tastes like. Eating chicken kebabs. What else are you eating with your chicken kebabs? Lola, oh, it's pan-seared. Ooh, I bet those are so good. I bet they are so good. I tried vegan shrimp before. Not a fan of it. That's just me personally. I am a texture person, so me and textures, they got to be just right. But yeah, I cannot do textures that are gummy and chewy. That's why I don't eat okra. Oh, you got hummus dip. So you got kebab. Oh, you went Greek tonight, Erica. Okay. Hummus, nice. Hummus dip, Greek puff pastry. Yep, you eat a Lola? Yeah. I was like, yeah, nah. Oh, Erica, okra. I can't do okra. That I will grow okra, but I cannot eat okra. I have tried it fried, stewed, however else they do it. No, ma'am. I have tried it. We are not friends. I have given up trying it. I'm going to strain this pasta. It's smelling really good though. As much as I have never really eaten, I'm going to strain this pasta while the mushrooms cook. There we go. I'm going to put some cold water on this. Sorry you guys can't see it. I'll be right back. Just want to put some cold water on this to stop the cooking action. That's the other thing I wish I would have done when we that's the other thing I wish we would have done when we remodeled this house was turn on to put a water faucet right there because it's plumbing all back there. We should have just run like a water line and been able to just like fill our pots on the sink right here, right? That would have been really smart. Really smart. But didn't do it. Oh well. Okra is not for me. Brussels sprouts. I hear that, Lola. I do love Brussels sprouts. Geechee roots. Oh, Erica, you are crazy. Yeah, Lola, man, that okra, Daryl, I grow okra for him to eat. Literally. He is the one that enjoys the okra. Not I. So these are browning. Mushrooms, if you know me, I need my mushrooms to be nice and I'm not stirring them, y'all, I promise. But I need them to be, when I cook mushrooms, I need them to be nice and dried out. I usually have a bigger pan in this, so they have their room to cook and get nice and brown. So these are doing really well, browning up. So what I'm going to do now is finish this off. Okay. So we're going to take that 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard. Yes, 1 tablespoon Dijon mustard and 1 tablespoon white wine vinegar. So I'm going to go ahead and I must be squeezing it from the wrong end. There we go. 1 tablespoon. There we go. Plop that down there. This smells really good. I'm surprised. And then 1 tablespoon of the white wine vinegar. It's really fun. There we go. That gave it a whole nother kick too. Okay. And then we're just gonna add in 1/2 tablespoon of the flour to thicken it up. I was wild with that spread. Ooh. The white wine got me in the nose. And Dijon mustard. This is really nice. Interested to see how this tastes. Wow. It thickened it right up too. Look at that. It thickened it right up. Interesting. Very interesting. So let me turn this heat off. It's a lot of first for me tonight. This is the first time that I have cooked on this little thingamajig here. A lot of fun. And sit that over there for a second so it doesn't keep cooking. I'm going to transfer some stuff and we're going to go ahead and plate this. Clean that off later. This is pretty cool. It's hot, so I'm going to be very careful moving that. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Okay, this was fun. Thank you all for hanging with me throughout this. Okay, so let's plate it up. Where are my plates? I don't want to reach over everything. Let me grab my plates here. I'm going to have a better setup next time. Time to plate it. Let me move my little things out of the way so I don't knock anything down. But now I know. So Sunday, I do a cooking show every Sunday with 2 other chefs. And I don't usually do the cooking. They usually do. And they do such a great job at it. Get my spoon here. They do such a great job at it that I do the moderating. So I do all the talking and they do the cooking. I think I'm pretty smart on that. I think I did it on purpose. So let's get these pasta here. And remember, this is chickpea pasta. There we go. So I'm gonna drop these. I hear y'all laughing. Can't do Brussels sprouts, but I am happy you enjoy. I know. That's the only thing, Lola. I love Brussels sprouts, but they don't like me back. They cause me severe indigestion that I have tried them over and over and I just can't take it. And so what did I do? I was told this is a trick to grow them yourself. That's what I did. And then the winter storm came. So I'm going to add this beef stroganoff. Well, I keep saying beef stroganoff. It is mushroom stroganoff. Vegan, creamy, and mushroom. It is really creamy too. Wow, the smell is really good, actually. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, this is really good. So we're going to do a live taste test too, you guys. I don't know if I should be brave enough to do a live taste test. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I should taste it. But hey, this looks like beef stroganoff. I probably could have made it a little more watery, but I let those mushrooms cook a little bit longer. I am not into watery food, so. But it probably would have given it a little more gravy taste, but I don't know. Can't say I eat much beef stroganoff. So let's take a look and get this all mixed up together. And then we are going to do a taste test. You guys have been hanging in there with me. I appreciate it. That tastes good. That tastes really good. I'm gonna get a fork. Gotta do the presentation first. Where's that parsley at? You know, I'm learning out of all the years that I have been cooking vegan food that I never took pictures of my stuff. You know what would be really good on this? Some vegan Parmesan cheese. That would be absolutely delicious. But hey, we don't have any. It's just not something I keep in the house. But this will work. Okay, yum, yum. I can taste the, can you see that? There we go. Can you see that? That is it. So I don't know if my husband's going to get up and come over here and taste it. Probably not. But I'm going to taste it for him. Any, meeny, miny, mo. Which one should I taste? Oh, you know what I should be doing is taking a picture of my stuff beforehand. Oh my goodness. That's what you always have to do that when you always got to take a picture of your food. So there we go. Perfect couple little different angles if you're cooking. There we go. I always take a couple of different pieces. So I'm good with that. Now I'm honest when it comes to my food. So let's see. This is my first time trying this. That's good. I don't know what beef stroganoff is supposed to taste like, but I'm sure this is it. The flavors are really good. I can see. The mushrooms give it like a meaty chew, a meaty taste. I can taste the Dijon mustard, definitely. And the coriander jumps in there a little bit. Thank you. Take a picture of the final plate. Yes. I got a picture. This was fun. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you, Swati, for encouraging me to do this. You know what needs to go with this? I need some bread with some butter on it. Vegan butter, of course. I can't eat dairy. That's another thing. Me and dairy are not friends. But if you ever want to try substituting meat, mushrooms are a good substitution. They are very meaty, and it depends on the mushrooms you choose. But I encourage you, think of a meal that you like. Sorry. There we go. Think of a meal that you like and figure out what can you substitute for. So if you like ground beef or turkey or ground chicken, and you say, well, today I want to try something that is plant-based. I want to do something where I can still get in and feel full. When I tell you, if you use mushrooms, it is very filling. This tastes like I am chewing on meat. It really does. And I chose the king mushrooms. Those have a meatier taste. Tomorrow, I am going to be cooking. I'll show you what I've got right here. Some oyster mushrooms. If you look on my IG, you will see. I'm trying to take these bad boys out without getting them all the way out. These are oyster mushrooms, and they are going to be turned into fried chicken. Yeah, that's what they're going to be turned into. I'm going to fry them up, and we're going to eat this. This is literally going to be for tonight. We're going to finish this up, and then I'm going to fry these tomorrow, put them inside of a burrito, put that coleslaw on the top, and enjoy them. So I encourage you, think of some meals. I love mushrooms too. Oh, good. Next time you'll cook along with me. I'm going to make this a weekly thing. I just got to get my menu planned out and actually plan and get my setup right. I mean, Swarthy, she encouraged me to do it. So I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and do it. I don't have the perfect setup, but you know what? Who does? You can roast some variety and it's like, babe. Yeah, it does. I've never tried that. I've never tried it. I used to love bacon, but I'll tell you a really good. When I became vegan, I used to try this other bacon. I forget what it was called, but it wasn't bacon. It was a vegan bacon. It wasn't bad, but it was just a process of cooking it. You had to cook it a certain way for it not to be burnt and not to taste like cardboard. Oh my goodness. It's just crazy. Yeah. Oh, a video on meal planning. Yeah, that is a great, because I do meal prep and meal plan for my 10-day detox that we do. So this is why I had all these mushrooms, because I did a meal plan, and my meal plan included mushrooms for my protein and for my meat substitution, because I just have been really experimenting with mushrooms. I want people to see, I want me to see all the different things that I can do with mushrooms. I like mushrooms, but a lot of times you go to the grocery store and buy the same mushrooms over and over, right? So I'm going to definitely take those into consideration. I am going to definitely do the meal planning, definitely get a setup, probably get one of those overhead cameras so you can see as I'm doing stuff, so I don't have to hold the food up there. But this was so much fun, and I'm going to fill my belly up. This is good. That would help me document. I know. I wish I would have documented all my years of cooking stuff when I was experimenting. That would have been rather fun. The craziest thing I've ever done, I'll give you this fun fact. Craziest thing I've ever done when I was on my vegan journey in 2006. I saw the benefits of onions, and I said, what would it be like to juice an onion? Dumbest thing I've ever done. That's all I'm gonna say. I should have never juiced that onion. It was disgusting. Oh my goodness. But hey, you never know till you try. Something I did not need to try. But I'm here to tell you, you don't have to try it. It did not taste good. It was not drinkable at all, at all. Yeah, you definitely. And it was not drinkable, edible, whatever you want to say at all. It was crazy. The juice was beautiful though. I juiced it. The juice was gorgeous. It looked like it was gonna be good, but no, wasn't a good idea. Yeah. Hey, you try it and you see if it works. And it just, I don't think I could have mixed it with anything that would have made it better. And smoothie recipes, yeah. So I love doing smoothies, do different stuff. I got my Vitamix over there. I always shoot TikTok videos with my smoothies, but I do a mean smoothie bowl. I love smoothie bowls. I just made some ice cream the other weekend, so I have to do it here. Yeah, I'll have to definitely do it here. Yeah, smoothie videos, cooking, food. I have some amazing like snacks that I love to make, like energy bars. I even make chocolate ones, so I have a video on that. I just haven't edited that video, and I'm gonna do a longer video on making of the chocolate, because I found some things that when I did it the first time that I want to add to it this time. So yeah, yeah, the smoothie bowl is so easy. Oh my goodness, and it's so much better. Making ice cream, we made ice cream about 2 weeks ago. I just wanted something sweet, so I just grabbed some frozen fruit out of there and put what I wanted in it, added a few more things, and did it in my high-powered blender, and it was ice cream. It was delicious. So good. Oh my goodness. So we have to do the smoothie bowl. What else should I do? I tried to make, yeah, I have to buy some in order to do that bowl. I usually don't keep that fruit. I know so many ideas, so many things. I cook so many things that I'm bad about. I'm so bad about documenting, but this is going to help me do that. Is documenting everything. So, well, hey, I'm going to clean up. I appreciate you guys going live with me. I'm going to clean up. I'm sure you don't want to see me do that, but I'm going to eat first, and then I'm going to clean up and let you guys enjoy your Friday evening. Healthy, cheap meals for on the go. Yes, I'm all about healthy and cheap on the go, because when I was starting out this lifestyle, I was working 12 to 14 hours in the hospital, and I didn't have time sometimes to warm my food up. So I had to create dishes that could be cold or hot. So I've got a couple of those that I would definitely do. And I mean, you can make them in no time. And I always do ingredients. I love to do, I think I'll do one with ingredients, 5 ingredients or less. 5 ingredients or less. I think that is it would be appealing to me. What about to you guys if I could do recipes or cooking where it's just like not a lot of ingredients? Because I hate buying cookbooks and it calls for tons of ingredients that I got to go out and buy all of these spices. You notice I used everything that was at my house. It literally was coriander, rosemary, basil, Dijon mustard, salt, pepper, parsley flakes if you want to decorate it, a little bit of flour, white wine, and some oil for the pan, and onions and garlic. That was all my ingredients. 5 or less is good. Yeah. Salad ideas. I got a little thing to tell you. I was a vegan that didn't like salads. I did not like salad, so I was like, I don't think I'm gonna last being a vegan. When my friend told me you should be a vegan, and I'm like, girl, I do not like salad. So I do eat salads now, but very rarely. But I will tell you, I eat salads when I grow the lettuce myself. Whole different take when you grow it yourself. Oh my goodness. I don't cook that much, so anything you do will help. You are not alone. I don't like to cook either. I cook out of necessity, and I'm the kind I like my food to taste a certain way. So, and if you eat real food so much like living food on a regular basis, you actually crave that. I don't like say I get a craving to go to different restaurants. We do eat out, but if you eat simple meals like this, you're gonna be like, oh man, I really don't need to go out and eat. You'll come in like today. I was gonna order in because I was like, oh, well, we've been ordering in every Friday for a while, and I was like, I really don't feel like this Thai restaurant. Some of the stuff they had, I'm like, I got that in my refrigerator. I got that in my refrigerator. I got that in my refrigerator. And I was gonna order some spring rolls. I'm like, I got that in my deep freezer. So why am I paying about $60 if I have this thing brought in when I could just whip this up? And you know what I should do is these meals and then calculate the price of what they would be if I ordered them in, if I when I got them from somewhere else, or if I cook them at home. So that's what I have to do that as well. Because this meal right here, I think those mushrooms total cost me $4.99. Just a hurdle to get through, like get over the hump to where you crave it. I was always quit before. Yeah. I know, yeah. Yeah, it's a hurdle. But it's a process. It's not that, you're gonna if you don't want to give up meat, that's fine. But I tell people just take like one day a week and just make that your plant-based day. What do you eat for lunch? What do you eat for dinner? Make your lunch for the next 2 days be plant-based, or your dinner for the next 2 days be plant-based. I think of it this way. When I go to bed, do I want to go to bed with heavy food on my stomach? I'm more active during the day, so I'm going to eat my heaviest meal. If I eat meat, I'm going to eat it during the day. Dinner time, I want to try to be done by 6. It's a little late now, but 10 o'clock. But it's something like this is all plant. My body knows what to do with plant. This is really good. And the king mushrooms, they are really meaty. I'm surprised because I've only used them as shredded pulled pork. So I did pulled pork with them. Let's see if we got some left. I don't know. Yeah, we got a little bit left. So we did pulled pork. Can you see that? Looks like pulled pork. It's king mushrooms. I'll have to show you how I did that as well. It was really easy. I don't like pulled pork. I told you I'm a texture kind of person. But my husband likes pulled pork, so I ate it. It was good. It tastes just like pulled pork. But again, I don't like that chewy, stringy kind of texture. And that's when I ate it, I remember that's why I never ate pulled pork. So, but I do like what I did with the king mushrooms here. Next time I will cook them in a bigger pan so they can cook down a lot drier. I like my mushrooms like brown, like if you cook bacon or meat, you like to make sure it's nice and brown on each side. So because I cooked it on that smaller aisle, I'm sorry, I couldn't use my bigger pan. So, and the chickpea noodles, pasta, I don't know. Let me tell you how many. 13 grams of protein per serving size, which is 2 ounces. 6 grams of fiber. And no GMO. One simple ingredient, which is chickpeas. I love all of these are red lentil. chickpeas, so red lentil flour. So this whole meal right here is gluten-free. If you have gluten sensitivity, that takes care of that. The flour that I use was gluten-free. I literally use one little box of this, and it's a good source of plant protein. So I just tell people, one thing that we don't lack is protein. Those collard greens and everything that I pulled off from my garden today, and I pulled out of the refrigerator, they are packed full of nutrients and vitamins and protein and fiber and all of that stuff. This meal right here, I'm going to calculate up how much protein. This was a protein packed bowl because of the chickpea noodles, pasta that I used, and the mushrooms. Tons of protein. Oh yeah, I love that Banza. When they came out, Barilla. This is this is Barilla. Barilla. I think that's what it's called. But this came out. I used to use another brand of pasta, and then this brand came out, and it was on sale. I always try new brands when they're on sale, and that way I can test them out before I pay the full price. Because as long as I've been vegan, I have tried a lot of stuff, y'all. I have tried a lot of stuff, and a lot of it was not good. And this was before veganism became popular and everybody started doing it and want to eat plant-based. This was in 2006. And people thought I was crazy for going vegan. Like, I was like, oh, what are you doing? People are like, what are you doing? You need to eat meat. You're going to melt away. Your vitamins, you're going to be deficient in vitamins. My blood work, I get my blood work checked every 6 months. Ever since I've been vegan, I get my blood work checked every 6 months. My blood work is amazing. My A1C is down. I am now in the 5s, low 5s. Very happy about that. I was pre-diabetic for 5 years. I feel great. I feel really good. My hair is strong, thick. Just a lot of benefits to eating real food. I would not contribute it to veganism because that's just a title. But I do like to tell people the more plants that you add to your body and the less cooked plants you add to your body and the more water you drink and exercise you get and the positive outlook that you have and, getting sleep and being around positive people, that works with your health. So this meal, it tastes so good. Oh my goodness. I wish I had some mashed potatoes. I'm thinking of all the stuff that I could have put with this. I just made this meal up tonight while I was getting ready to order on the takeout. And then when I saw everything in the takeout, I'm like, I got all that stuff in my refrigerator. So I am not about to pay somebody $60. So I just came in here and then Swarthy was like, you should go live and cook it. I'm like, I don't have anything set up. My kitchen, so I just put it all together. I hope you guys enjoyed it. But I just encourage you, think about what simple ingredients you have. Check back with me. I'm going to do this every week. I just got to I usually post every Thursday. So I got to get on a schedule and figure out in my calendar when I'm going to cook live, how often I'm going to cook live, how often I'm going to go live with my other stuff, because I do go live talking about Clubhouse networking. And then I like to post about gardening, travel, food, those kind of things. But I think I do need to go live. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. So I'm going to do this more regularly because I had a good time. And that way I make sure I cook up some stuff. So it's packed full of herbs too. That's another food. I forgot about that. The herbs are food as well. They're just not seasonings. Herbs are actually plants. They're actually food. So I got to count those in as well. Tons of protein. I'm going to calculate that up. And when I post the recipe details in here, I would love for you all to comment, like, subscribe inside of this to my page. And if you like this, please hit that thumbs up button. Please subscribe, turn on notifications. So when I go live or when I post something, you'll see it. And I'd love to hear in the comments if you tried the recipe and what you thought about it. I think it's good. It was simple. It is tasty. And I know once I eat it, I'm going to be nice and full and not have the itis. I'm going to be energized. So that's the other thing I tell people. Eat to fuel, not to feel. Have a good night, everybody. And thanks so much. Bye-bye, everybody.